Hey, welcome back. In the last video, we just talked about how spin doesn't actually reverse, but sometimes you think it does. And since we're on that topic anyways, let's talk about a trick shot that actually uses the same sort of concept of spin reversal. So here, we've got a pretty classic trick shot. You've probably seen it before, but why not teach you guys how to do it? That's what you pay me for after all, right? Teach you some stuff. So what we're going to do is, you can see all the pockets are blocked. We're going to get that 8-ball to come back in here. What we're going to do is make that 8-ball go 1, 2, 3 rails and then come back over here. Well, how do we do that? We're going to impart some spin on the 8-ball. There's two types of spins that we impart on the object ball. One is the collision-induced throw, or the cut-induced spin, cut-induced throw. As the cue ball comes across this right-hand side of that 8-ball, the left-hand side of the 8-ball is not moving. We're imparting energy onto the right-hand side. That's going to cause a right spin, a counterclockwise rotation of that object ball. Now, if we hit it softly, when it hits this rail, it'll bounce back. If we hit it hard, it's not going to grab here. But what if we don't hit it hard enough for it to get to that third one? Then it turns here, and then the right spin pulls us away. So we got to hit this guy pretty hard so it doesn't grip here. That little bit of right spin doesn't grip here, doesn't grip here, and finally, when it comes back over here, it grips and turns back towards that side pocket. The other type of spin we're going to be imparting on this object ball is something called spin-induced throw. So if I give the cue ball a type of spin, it's going to impart the reverse on the object ball, like a gear. So if I want this object ball to turn right, which I do, that means I have to put left spin on the cue ball. And so combining these two elements here, as the cue ball comes across that 8-ball with force, it's going to give it some right-hand spin. As I give that cue ball a little bit of left-hand spin, it's going to put some right-hand spin on that 8-ball. Together, they'll be able to do this. Now, the reality is, on some tables, especially depending on the quality of your balls, you might not have to give the cue ball left-hand spin at all. Simply coming across that 8-ball with force could be enough. My balls happen to be in pretty decent shape. They're pretty clean, so I do have to give it a little bit of that side spin. But don't be surprised if your balls aren't perfectly polished, even if they're just dirty. It could be enough where you don't have to give it side spin and make the shot harder anyways. So how I aim this shot is about a 15-degree cut is all we're looking for. Get it over here. If it goes too far, like a 30-degree cut, half ball hit, something like that, it's not going to work out for you. That's way too far for it to turn back. So you're just trying to basically 15-degree cut, so about a 3/4 ball shot with inside spin. A whole bunch of it. The most important thing is power. Let's see how I do. Well, that's how we get into that pocket. So that means I hit a little bit too full, or I hit it too hard, which caused it to grip a little bit too soon. So let's try it again. There we go. So on accident, I actually showed you how to make it bounce back into that other rail, but didn't need to. It's not a very hard shot to do. Just takes a little bit of practice, and as you can see, a whole lot of power. That cue ball was spinning pretty fast. So go ahead and give it a try. It is a really fun shot. And there was one time in competition where I actually had to use that shot. I'm glad I was able to do it at the time that I needed it, but well, the reality is it's not going to come up a whole lot. I'd be surprised if in the next 10 years if you have to use that shot, but how wonderful to know it. But keep in mind, even though it wasn't, even though I only had that exact same shot one time, I have had different variations of that come up, especially in one pocket. As you can imagine, there's a whole bunch of different reasons. And Tony Chohan, my favorite one pocket player, he uses concepts like that often. So if you haven't ever given one pocket a try, do give it a shot, especially for 8-ball. As far as being a cross format type of training, It's a really great format for you to learn, and it'll improve your skills for some of the other formats you might be playing in leagues instead. So happy holidays, everybody. It is Christmas Eve. And if you do have some success with that shot, send me a video. I love to see who's doing what, and if you guys are finding success. If you're struggling, as always, reach out to me. And again, if you have any concepts or anything, any special requests that you really like to see me demonstrate, explain, teach you, whatever, that's what I'm here for. So don't be shy. Let me know how I can help you. All right? Happy holidays, y'all.